Joe came back to my apartment in Fulham, and we stayed up, well, till it was light, and there was no sign of anybody. My wife had gone to bed. And I can remember him going, it was about 5:30, and I can remember him going, I better get going. It looks like he's not coming.
Right.
And I got to get back to wherever he was staying.
Hello?
Yeah, I'll call you one, Joe. Yeah. So I can remember, he went, no. He said, you don't have to do that. He said, I'll just walk to the end of the street, because Wandsworth Bridge Road is pretty busy, and you've got a really good chance of getting a cab really quick. So I said, whatever you want to do. I said, well, I'll call you a mini cab if you want. No, I'll go and do that. And I walked him down, because we had to go through a locked door and then down a hallway, which other people lived underneath me. And I said, let me walk you out. So as I walked him out, the sun was just coming up, and I can remember looking at his face, and it was green. It was like a green colour, like as if he was about to throw up. And I went, are you okay? And he went, yeah, I'll be fine. And then he took off and he walked down the road. So I went back upstairs into my apartment, and I didn't have any furniture. All I had was like cushions everywhere. Big, huge, 3 foot by 4 foot by all sizes. And I lied down right next to the phone, and I drifted off into this slumber, like you do if you do that, nodding out. And the phone went about within an hour. The phone went, and it was Joe on the phone. And I went, did you get home okay? What's the matter? You stuck or something? Are you still down the end of the street? What the hell? Why you called me? He said, you sitting down? I said, I'm lying. Where you left me? He said, Bond's dead. And I was like, what? He said, yeah. And I realized he was crying. He said, I need a number. Can you give me Pete's number? And I said, no, not really, because even though he knew Pete, I'm not going to go and give him people's numbers out. So I said, give me a number, I'll call you back. So he did. And then I called Pete, and Pete gave me Malcolm's number, and then I called Joe back and gave him Malcolm's number. And that's all I can remember.
So Joe called Malcolm.
I presume so.
Right, and this would have been at 6 a.m. and
about 6 a.m.
And where was your?
An hour after he left my house, and as he left my house, my front door faced directly where the sun came up, which is why I could see he looked so green. Which is why I remembered it. I would come up through my front door was underneath my living room windows, and the worst thing that can happen is you'd be lying there on my couch, on my cushions, and the sun would come up, and it would be right in your face.